Have you ever wished you could just skip the learning curve? Get all the wisdom without all the painful mistakes? What if there was a shortcut to success, a way to gain years of experience in just a fraction of the time? Well, that shortcut is real, and it all comes down to one powerful idea: mentorship.
So let's start with the big question, right? How do you get wisdom? I mean, it's the stuff that really shapes our lives, our careers, our relationships, everything. If we're serious about finding that shortcut to success, we've got to answer this one first.
And when you really boil it down, the material we're looking at says there are only two ways to get it. Path number one is through your own mistakes. This one, it's the slow, painful, trial and error school of hard knocks. But then there's path number two, the smart path, learning from mentors.
But hold on, not just any mentor will do. This isn't about finding someone to just pat you on the back and tell you you're doing great. We're diving into what our source material calls an uncommon mentor, and it's a very specific kind of relationship that honestly most people get wrong. So, what is an uncommon mentor? Well, at its core, a mentor is a trusted teacher. But here's the crucial part. It has to be someone who has already gone where you want to go. They've walked that path, they've seen the traps, and because of that, they're actually capable of accelerating your life.
This quote just nails it perfectly. A cheerleader, they stand on the sidelines and shout encouragement. And that feels good, right? But a coach is on the field with you. They're correcting your form, they're pushing you, they're calling the plays that actually lead to a win. A mentor's job is to help you win, not just make you feel good.
Let's break this down even more. Think about your best friend. They love you just the way you are, right? They'll probably even ignore some of your weaknesses because they don't want to hurt your feelings. A mentor, though, they love you too much to leave you that way. Their whole purpose is to spot those weaknesses and help you get rid of them so you can succeed. So when you put it all together, an uncommon mentor really has three critical jobs. First, they see the pitfalls you can't because, hey, they've been down this road before. Second, they help correct the course of your life, even when that correction is tough to hear. And third, they warn you about the wrong people and the hidden dangers up ahead. Okay, but here's the thing. Having a great mentor, that's only half the battle. The other half, well, that's you. To really make this work, you have to become what this material calls an uncommon protege. And believe me, this is an active role, not a passive one. It takes a very specific mindset. This simple phrase right here is everything. How does a mentor know you're actually serious? How do they know you really want their wisdom? It all comes down to your pursuit. You see, mentors don't respond to your need. They respond to your pursuit. You have no right to anything you haven't gone after. So what does that pursuit actually look like? Well, it's not some mystery. It breaks down into 4 key actions. 1, you actively invest your own time and effort just to be around them. 2, you actually listen to and follow their advice. 3, you ask really good, insightful questions to pull that wisdom out. And 4, you show them you're grateful for their time and their input. And when you do all that, you become a productive protege. These are the people who approach the relationship with real humility, with what's described as a servant's heart. They don't make big moves without getting counsel, and they truly see their mentor as a life-changing gift, not just another contact in their phone. But there's a dark side to this, a huge warning, and that's the parasite protege. This person isn't there to learn. They're there for the benefits. They want the credibility that comes from being seen with the mentor, but they don't want the correction. They want the reputation, but they don't want to do the hard preparation. Basically, they want what's in the mentor's hand, not what's in their heart. So what happens when you bring these two amazing parts together? You get the mentorship dynamic. This is where an uncommon mentor and a productive protege create this powerful, synergistic relationship. It's a real partnership for success. The source material uses this incredible image to describe what's possible. A golden link from the pit to the palace. Just think about that for a second. The vast distance between where you might be now, the pit, and where you dream of being, the palace, can be bridged by this one single connection. A mentor is literally your bridge to your future. Okay, so this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How does all this amazing wisdom actually get from their head into your head? It's not magic. It doesn't just happen through osmosis because you're in the same room. There's a very specific mechanism, and it's driven entirely by the protege.
And here's the key. You cannot just learn by watching. That knowledge will stay locked up unless you actively pull it out. The entire transfer of wisdom, it all hinges on the questions you ask.
Great questions unlock great wisdom. Lousy questions, or worse, no questions at all, get you absolutely nothing.
So let's just lay out the rules of engagement here. It really breaks down into two clear, complementary roles. The mentor's job is to correct, to guide, to warn, and to impart their wisdom. And the protege's job? To pursue, to listen, to ask, and to obey that counsel. It's a two-way street for sure, but each side has a very clear job to do. So at the end of the day, all of this comes right back to you. The knowledge is out there, the mentors exist, the choice to actually engage, to pursue, and to learn, that's 100% in your hands. This is all about you taking control of your own growth.
And let's just circle all the way back to where we started. Why does any of this matter so much? Because this is the ultimate prize. Mentorship lets you get the wisdom without having to go through all the pain, the expensive mistakes, and the wasted years that come from figuring it all out the hard way. It is the shortcut.
And I want you to really let this sink in. Just one. That's the number. It only takes one right person, one true mentor, to connect you from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow. You are just one relationship away from your palace.
So, here's the bottom line. The teaching you accepted yesterday is what created the life you have today. It's that simple. So if you want a different tomorrow, you need different teaching. Who you listen to, whose counsel you accept, that is what will decide your future. Which leaves us with one final, very personal question for you to think about. As you look at your own goals and your own future, who will you choose to believe? Who is the coach that you're going to let onto your field? That choice, well, that choice is going to determine everything.